Hi there, and thanks for tuning in to this quickie video covering some interesting aspects of Palette Brush Pack 2 Orchestral effects. The main aim with the recording and programming of this library was really simple: to make these effects fit. And by that we mean three things. Firstly, that the effect samples match across all 4 orchestral sections whenever possible for easy layering. Secondly, that they mix perfectly with our other Palette orchestral libraries. And thirdly, that the recording and mic positions are flexible enough to blend with libraries from other developers. And of course you can buy Palette orchestral effects without the rest of the Palette series and quickly integrate it into your template. So let's take a look at those 3 aspects of Palette orchestral effects in turn. Right from the start of development, the idea was to compose and record orchestral effects that could be easily layered and sound completely cohesive with one another. This brush pack contains 4 separate instruments for strings, woodwinds, brass and choir. Wherever possible, we've orchestrated the performances so that the same types of samples are on the same key switches and playable keys. This means that you can load up the 4 different patches into one instance of Kontakt, play the same keys, and the samples will fit together perfectly. Listen here to soloed strings, woodwinds, brass, and choir. And let's hear all those sections together. I also want to point out that most of the performances have been played and sampled multiple times, so there are plenty of round robins. Very unusual for an orchestral effects library. Play all the patches together and you'll hear that the thousands of samples here fit together perfectly. Even across the various key switches which control the category of sounds, from shorts to longs, textures to rises and falls. Palette Orchestral Effects was recorded in the same hall with the same performers as the rest of the Palette libraries, so that means complete integration with the sound of the rest of the series. Here's the main symphonic sketchpad strings with a sprinkling of string effects to create a Bernard Herrmann style motif. Let's use just the hall mics with a touch of reverb using the effects rack with the choir effects and choirs from Symphonic Sketchpad. So lastly, what about using Palette orchestral effects with libraries from other developers? With some smart mic mixing and perhaps a tiny bit of reverb, here's what the brass effects sound like alongside Cinebrass. And what about some Spitfire woodwind staccatos mixed with Palette woodwind effects? I hope that gives you a taste of the flexibility of the thousands of orchestral effects included here, and I haven't even touched on the sound design capabilities of the effects builder. That's for another time. For more information about Red Room Audio Palette and to download free taster libraries, head to redroomaudio.com. And thanks so much for watching.